Day 2 of the Luffin is double-handed non-spinnaker FJ and open skiffs, single-handed. Then we would have 420s, but those boats just got back from Los Angeles and the boats got all put back together in the last week and a half, and then they'd have to take them all apart again. So nobody came in 420s, and the 29ers didn't want to put their boats on trailers to come for a one-day event, so their Luffin's happening in the ocean off San Diego. But these Luffin regattas are low-pressure events. I filmed one yesterday for single-handed, mostly the C2, C3 Sabbats. We're at Mission Bay Yacht Club, October 4th, doing 2025. They'll do about 6 races, and Luffins are development regattas mostly. Any skill could be out here, but most of the sailors are kind of racing development level. Many of them are on high school teams. Probably the youngest sailor is in 6th grade, and the oldest is a junior or senior in high school. So we'll see some stuff. Race 1, FJs. A lot of boats. So this is kind of high school sailing format. A lot of these kids are on high school teams, and they're not getting, some of them aren't getting a lot of chances to compete at the, what are called the 10% regattas, especially if they're on a stacked team. Clara Hannum right there in the middle. Her number's 24. Clara and L.
For the next start.
We're looking for the guy in the orange jacket is Dave. He just got fouled by boat 9. But Dave just went downwind at 45 seconds, so be careful going away from the line when there's a lot of boats, because you're gonna, but he's coming out of the wind and he's going fast. And we're looking for one more boat, Theo and Poppy, brother and sister right here, 18. 12-year-old and 10-year-old brother, sister. Okay, we're off. We talked about a few things, getting the sails right, looking at the twists of the sail, especially the leech of the jib before the races. Make sure we know that we're not over hammered on the spreader with the leech of the jib. We've got to be off the spreader for sure. So we talked a lot about just looking at the sails more. This style of sailing where all the boats are identical and everything's the same lures kids to sleep. They stop looking at things. They just kind of wing it. Okay, here we go. Open skiff starting now. The wind is getting very light. Never mind, but you have to be aware that the wind gets lighter as you get closer to the shores. I think 24 overstood the weather mark. Oh, their weather mark is up there. White one. There goes Clara and Elle tacking back to the right. Looks like boat 16 is probably varsity level. Here's Theo and Poppy here. Pretty good tack for a 5th grader.
It keeps the pace of racing up, absolutely.
And a brother-sister team. He's pinching just a little, but he's a good skipper. 2nd at Sabbats Nationals this year. So Theo and Poppy going around 2nd maybe. Hopefully they don't foul their teammates. Clara and Elle going around 3rd. Yeah. He should have ducked her. He should have seen that coming. He should have ducked her. never stick your nose in when you're in the top 5 of a race. Anything in the top 5 in these size fleet is a keeper. You make sure you do not stick your nose in there. But anywho, here we go. Long day. Oh, that's Trey Gregory. So Trey's a senior. Yeah, he's definitely varsity level. There you go. Coronado High. Not sure what his crew's name is. Okay, that's Santiago and somebody. They're also good team. And then you got Claire and Elle are able to do the wing-on-wing thing. Oh, here's Sophia. She's a Coronado kid who sails for Parker. She's also a 29er sailor, so she's quite, you know, probably silver skipper. Not sure. Oh, Theo and Poppy, they're really light. They weigh probably about 170 pounds, maybe 160 something. And they reached. We're right on that edge. I think wing on wing is really good teams would be going wing on wing right now. But yeah, look at that transition into the reach. The advantage that Clara and Elle and Theo have is they get to practice 1 day a week with the Point Loma High School sailing team. Yeah, Poppy they're going into reach mode. This is great for them. Okay, oh Dave, look at Dave right here in 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10. Dave and Madeline. Again, their mistake was going downwind at 40 seconds. Wow, big westerly puff here. Yeah, so everybody's going to be on port tack here. Clara and Elle are going to gain a mile here. God, look at those transitions. Nice. So the wind was coming from over here, from this opening here, and this wind is coming more west, and there is a crossover point. You cannot go up the middle unless you are spectacular at tacking. But I don't know if I can explain this. Clara was right next to Theo, and she got over to this side, and he went higher, and the wind shifted from over there. It was over there, and they were even. But when the wind shifted over there, it moved Theo upwind, and it moved Clara downwind. And so that's where the gain was made. Sophia needs to go wing, I think. But that downwind wind shifts are harder to understand. Just below the line right now.
Available. I'd love to sneak the windward mark over to the right a little
And there's
bit.
like a cross at the top of a church or something. You see it up there? There it is. That is it right up there. Oh, interesting. I am going left to right with the current.
The white one too. The white should be further upwind.
See the church thing up there? Okay, so what I would do is I would start full speed, lined up with this big bushy tree. Not quite there. You see this big bushy tree there? Okay, I would start right here.
Can I go pin up a fair amount?
Oh crap, Jimmer. So while they're readjusting the pin, see Hudson taking a break.
26-minute race for first place in chase.
Best thing about Open Joe, outside the line, we're going to get the actual line sight. Okay, there is a boat in our way. Actual line sight is one of those palm trees. And I'm just going to drop down here and pick a palm tree as a safe line sight. There we go. Okay, so that's my safe line sight right there. That bushy set right there. I put that over the pin like that, and then I go full speed. I'll get to the line in about 5 seconds. Okay, and then I'm going to tell you when I'm over. Okay, pretty light air.
One end of the finish line is further upwind than the other.
Right now I'm over. So this is what you would be doing. Okay, I'm going to drop back down to my safe line sight. My very, very, very safe line sight. Yeah, way here. This is very, very safe. Right there, big bushy. That's super safe. That's still safe right there. Yeah, right there. Okay? Safe. This is what you would be doing right now. Drifting down the line, looking at this carefully. Sometimes kids sail by feel. and not by being able to really concentrate on the telltales. And obviously when it gets light, they start to foot off too much to look for power. And so some people lost at the top of the course because they're footing off. Look at Dave, number 20, right in the middle. Yeah, Dave. A good idea after general recalls is to practice your speed a little. Now the pin got moved since my last, after general recalls you have to, yeah, after general recalls you always have to recheck the line. So there's two routines you should do. After general recalls, practice your speed for a little because you've got a little time. And the other one is to remember to recheck the line. They are going to either move it and it's not going to change anything, or they're going to move it and it's going to change a lot. And if they move the pin way up and you don't see it, you might just lose the race just because of that. They got the 1 minute rule in effect this time. Uh-oh. Yep, he's already called 2 boats. That's a high school sailor who doesn't know that he's supposed to be going around the end. That's why you race Sabbath, so you learn this stuff. Here's Dave. Pin's favored and Dave's gonna nail it. Oh, he's early. God dang it. Oh. Race 2. Uh-oh. Clara and Elle are kind of deep. They're going to sail well this race, though. They look outstanding right there. I mean, they are the fastest boat in the fleet right now. They are higher and faster. We talked about that today when the crew is the one who tells the skipper about speed, is the crew speed monitor. And anytime you're going fast, the crew should use that opportunity to tell the skipper, hey, you're faster than this boat to windward, or you're really fast, net gain. And so that falls on the crew. Wow, this looks like the right might come in here. Yeah, the siblings, full hike. Theo and Poppy, full hike. They maybe, I gotta ask them, they maybe weigh 160 pounds together. Main looks really good, really flat. And the windward mark got moved up pretty far up into that, so it's not gonna get light this time at the top of the course. Yeah, and 24 did make a big gain on the right, so they've already moved up into the top 5. Their jib trim is perfect. I would just keep going, ladies. Just starboard's lifted, man. You just go all the way to this wind. I would just go all the way. Oh, they tapped. They got a really good lane. You can't see them. They're behind 14. Yep. So 14's going to be gone. 24 is fast. Look at that. Tiny bit of heel to leeward. They're also very light. They probably weigh a little more. Probably weigh 185, 190. Well, Trey Gregory looks like he's setting the bar today. 16. Is just fast. Yeah, 24 or just got their jib in the right place. Their sails are just in the right place. The first thing we talked about being an FJ sailor or a sailor is you can't be a boat handling monkey. You cannot spend all your time working on boat handling at a young age. You need to learn how to look at the sails and get the sails in the right place. On an FJ, the boom is somewhere inside the corner, not on center line, and the leech of the jib is very close to the spreader, probably 1 or 2 inches inside the spreader tip, and not more, with little temporary little changes. Nice job, just rounded a nice fourth with a not a good start.
Do you want to bring the pin up even more?
Excellent.
Just back a bit, and we just got even more right.
Excellent.
It's like open now.
Race 2, FJ Luff in regatta. Girls are now second. It's really good. Remember, when you're light, it's really good downwind, so you gotta trust that you can get the sail set kind of in the same spot as everybody and be faster. When you're 40 pounds lighter or more, 50, 60 pounds lighter. Oh, Theo, what a stud. 7th to 3rd. 18. Look at that. Awesome. That's 24 going straight away from us. Second, gained a bunch. Here's Theo right here. She's not letting that jib creep. Oh, that's amazing. Most kids let the jib creep out. It's one of the things you have to train crew on is they can't be letting the jib creep out slowly and while they're handling it. Tight spot here, tacking. Okay, I'm gonna have to depower them a little. They're actually overpowered, so that's why they're losing upwind a little bit. Really doing well. I think I'm gonna improve on the girls is when they get a puff, I'm gonna have Elle lean on it first. She leans her shoulders out, pulls on the hiking strap, and then Clara squeezes the boat up. Nice tack. Oh, just tacked into a little header. Great job on the jib is what I meant to say. Looks like Theo had to leave out some people. Oh yeah, he's still in that same spot. Hudson winning the open skiff race by country mile. The cool thing about the open skiff fleet is there's a girl here from St. Augustine Yacht Club in Florida, so south of Jacksonville. A couple hours, I guess. An hour or two, not sure. Anyway, here she is right here. So she's out here for a wedding, and she heard about the regatta, so she just showed up to Mission Bay Yacht Club, and they chartered a boat, and she raced lasers yesterday and then raced these today. Here's Parker in second. He won the first race. Hudson had a penalty, hit a mark in the first race. Otherwise, those guys were neck and neck. Race 2. Clara and Elle decided to reach for a long... It's too windy to reach now, guys. You've got to be going wing on wing. Boat 9 just sailed right past you. Yeah. I'm worried that they lost several boats here, but we'll see. Maybe I'm wrong. But yeah, reaching that long is not anything over 5-6 knots. Wing on wing is the best VMG, with little variances maybe for puffs, but not only. Yeah, they made a mistake here. They're getting nervous. The flags on the committee boat are not showing a lefty. Those are showing a westerly wind. If they were flowing towards me more, that would have been a gain for her on that wind shift, but it wasn't. They should have remembered that they were fast downwind on the first run, and they should have just been way more conservative here and not reached. Remember, wing on wing is how you make your money downwind in an FJ. unless it's under 5 knots. Okay, she's just so calm. She's gonna round third. She did such a good job of not losing this overlap. Did not have an overlap. Did not have an overlap. That's okay. It's not as easy to see from on board the boat as it is from a video camera. But he did that perfectly. He kept the angle of his stern. Nice rounding, ladies. Sail trim was perfect. Jib is max tight though. That is a little over trim. Look how flat the bottom of the sail is and tight. Ooh, it's no tighter than that. It's good to be tight in that mode. There's Poppy and Theo. Okay, we'll talk about hiking and hanging. Don't hike and sit up. Very few times is rocking upwind gonna work for you. You hike, you load it up, and you kind of keep it loaded up. You can't sit up and then hike and then sit up and then hike. You're just releasing the pressure off of the boat. And our second, girls are gonna get third. Great learning experience. You have to learn at a young age that, man, we get good at wing on wing and we do it almost the entire time downwind with little variances and under 6, 7 knots. But anything over 5, you practice wing on wing. Otherwise you're VMG. You're not going to, if you reach, you're not going towards the mark enough. And the little variances are in light air. You're just reaching a little once in a while so that you can jive and so that you can find the wind. Up on race 3, I keep doing line sight videos and then we have to change the line. Oh, there's a gap in the trees. See the gap? Right in there, right over the pin right now. Right there, that gap, that's a safe line sight. Full speed. Yeah, now I'm off the line by a little more than a length and a half. I'm 2 boat lengths below the line. Now I'm gonna go back up and line up with my safe line sight. So you should be doing this, like we can't do this in keel boats as easily. The damn things are going from carrying momentum. But you come over here and you look at the committee boat end, and you look at that end, safe, I am behind the line. My bow is actually on the line right there. Yeah, my bow is behind the line in the gap. You see the gap there? That's our safe line sight. Full speed right here at 0. It looks kind of light wind right here. What's gonna happen? I think it must be going right. So you come off the line and you say to yourself, am I lifted or headed? If you're headed, you're trying to tack. Dave in the middle, 20. The funny story about Dave is he rolled a go-kart yesterday at some facility, some cage enclosed go-kart. Flipped it over and hurt his left arm. Yeah, look at that start, Dave. Maybe not. 24, good start. We talked to them about the wing on wing thing downwind. She thought her wind was being blocked by the boats above, so that's why she did that. Dave must have did it, dude. There go the girls. Yeah, Dave, look at that lane. Yeah, baby. That's a lane lifted on port going towards the mark. There's the girls, 24. I told them that upwind, no tighter on the jib. Look how good they look. Holy smoke. If she could pull the main another inch or 2 harder, flatten that main out, this low water, she'd just be gone. Oh yeah. I told Poppy to hike as hard as she can all the time and only sit up if Theo says it. And we made their main flatter. The thing people don't realize when they emphasize only boat handling is you have to teach the kids when they're young how to set the sails up. In 2 years, they're going to be at the Orange Bowl in a 420, at least Theo is, and it's going to be blowing 20. So you got to know how to make the main flatter. Look at him. His main is just boarded out, and I just told her to hike as hard as she can. And just don't sit up unless he says sit up. And I told him to steer slower. He's all over the place. See how he steers hard? He's gotta anticipate these better. And see how the bow, up, down, up. If it works in flat water, it's deadly in chop. You gotta steer slow and you gotta anticipate the wind. You see the puff coming? You get the puff, you're letting it head up as you get it. You see that light spot coming? You're ready for the light spot without yanking the tiller. Okay, looks like they're gonna be 1-2 at the first mark. We'll see. 16's got a little lefty going here. Dave's got him on starboard, boat 20. 24 is just wound up. Elle just needs to stick her head out over the side and just hike her brains out. No healing. When you're making a mark, no healing. Absolutely dead flat. There's Theo first. Slam. It's all right. You got a flat main, so you survived that. Yeah, looks like top 5, all 3. Good race going on here. Like we're gonna be 3 of the top 4. Theo and Poppy first. Clara and Elle second. Gotta look at, that was close. Dave and Madeline third. Fourth. I do think it is windier now. I should have showed video of it, but again, well, first of all, we've got Elle hiking the wrong way. Do not want to heel to leeward wing on wing. But yeah, these guys reached, and Trey, who rounded behind them, just went wing on wing. Remember, wing on wing is the VMG angle. That is the velocity of your boat. Doesn't really matter. What matters is making good towards the mark. So the boat, by reaching, you're going to have too much speed, not enough angle to the mark. Wing on wing is going to be slower through the water, but having a better angle to the mark and gaining. Look at Poppy, just doing exactly like you said. Just hike, and they're way better. Now he can play the main sheet better because look how tight his outhaul is. You're looking at 18. Outhaul is smoked, Cunningham is on, Bang is on a little, and then he can play the main, and she just hangs, doesn't move. He controls the heel with the tiller, barely moving the tiller. Okay, good job, you guys. Did Dave get around okay? Dave got around in 6th. A great race. So these kids are high schoolers. These kids are middle schoolers. One elementary school. There's Dave, 8th grader. Madeline, maybe 8th grader. They're doing very well upwind. Now that it's got windier, they're actually quite fast. Here's Elle. We're going to take a look at their jib. Look at Poppy. Yeah, baby. I love it. Look at her hang on that jib sheet, man. Yeah. Their jib's a little, yeah. Theo's got a little different jib setup. He's got a little flatter jib. Great job on the jib, ladies. I think she's first in race 3 for the open skiffs, the girl from Florida. And then this boat is second. Here's Hudson. He's got quite a bit of experience in these boats. And I'm recommending to him practicing sailing flat, even flatter than that. Try to get his mast more vertical by about half as much. And you have to do the ease hike trim. You ease barely, you hike, and then you pull it back in. He could be trimming a fraction tighter, but he is winning the races, so it can't be too critical here. definitely learned their lesson. They stayed wing on wing a lot more this race. And there's first, race 3, here's second. Theo and Poppy third. I think they're gonna say that their flatter main was way better. Looks like Connor has come in there. Here's the girls heeling the wrong direction. By heeling to leeward, it's causing their jib to be very unstable. You want to keep the boat heeled to windward. See how stable her jib is, Sophia? That's why you heel to windward. It keeps the jib out. And it balances the helm too. If Clara was to let go of the helm right now, the boat would round up. The mainsail would overpower the boat, spinning the boat up. So she's actually got windward helm right now. Uh-oh. Oh no. The mark is not moved. It's still lined up with that end of that point. The line has not changed. I don't know if you didn't watch the video before what I did. Tide's coming in, so I'm going to be hitting the committee boats now. Okay, so there's a gap in there, right over the top of the pin, and that gap was our line, or our safe line sight for the last start. So what does this tell me? This tells me, come on, refocus. This tells me that the line has not changed. This was my safe line sight, that gap right in there. Okay, that's where I want to be. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, bam, full speed. Okay, and then I'm going to show you what's over. Over the line is right there. Okay, and way below the line, I think, okay, so look at the opening there. Way below the line, there's kids who are, in some regattas, they'll be, see how we are now, we're lined up with these trees over here. They'll start here thinking that they are close to the line. They'll look back here, and they'll look back here, and they'll think that they're close. Okay, I'm gonna go back to my safe line sight. It's way back here. Still behind the line.
Sailors
right
finish the race, sail off for a
there.
while, and then come back and try to file. And that's a no-go. So you gotta file as you finish.
Perfect. Theoretically, the current should now be moving in, so pushing people into the committee boat, making the pin easier to lay. Most high school regatta are won, this isn't a high school regatta, but most are won on the left-hand end of the line, and that's because it's so competitive that they have to favor the pin by quite a bit just to get the starts off. Here goes Dave in boat 20. Oh. He tried. We've got race 4. Don't know what place our guys are in. 24 again, looks like they just have the highest port tack angle of anybody. Can't really see him now. We're looking for 16, see if we can just get ahead of 16. Boat 10. Looks like they're in first. 24 looks second. Let's see. If they come out of there with any angle at all. winning. Theo just keeps coming this way, number 18. Just wait for a header, dude. See, he's lifted and he's going straight up the bay. He might as well just wait. Okay, little header there. I would have gone into it a little. Oh, never mind. If you come out of attack and you heel right away, that's a really good thing. Yep, 24 is going to round second, 10 first, I think. Wow, look at them go. They're so fast. Oh, yeah. 10 might not be making the mark. Anyway, Theo and Poppy here in 18, just riding a nice left. 10 looks like they're going to make the mark. No, I don't know. Can't tell. 24 should be footing. If she's making the mark, she should be footing like crazy. Yeah, if he can pull 2 tacks off in there, then that wasn't a good thing. Yep. Yeah, had she footed harder there, she could have closed that door. That's good though. Really good to hold the boom out for a while. You only have to hold the boom if you have to. You don't have to hold the boom if it'll stay out by itself. But after the mark, it is really good to. Took a step up here. He's going to go over there and tack back and have gain. Look at this height mode they have. Control all the power with the tiller now. Try to change the sails as little as possible in this flat water and just steer perfectly. She's pinching just a fraction, but she may have gained. Race 4. Claire and Elle, if they could just put the bow down 1 degree and just hike against that, they would just take off. There is a big puff coming right where I am though. This race is not over. She's just squeezing too hard. Yeah, she's in bad air now. She's got to do something. Okay, good. Foot. Good race going on here. This is advanced, but you would already be looking up here. You're asking yourself, am I lifting her head? And she's obviously lifted. So this would be a slightly wide rounding into an immediate jibe. So we'd be talking about this right now. We're going to come around. We're going to smoothly round the buoy. We're going to avoid the hole that's over there, but we're going to jibe around, reach for just 10 seconds, and then wing. Yeah, nice wide rounding. Okay, and they stayed. That's all right. So I would have modified my message. I would have wanted to jibe and then wing. Just because there's a lot of wind right here. This snipe is going fast. But very good. We're getting good at the, and look, L now holding the boom out. Yeah, I may have got them messed up on that because you definitely have to hold the boom for a while. Once you get in clear air, you can try letting it go here in this much wind. But at least the thing I learned is definitely hold the boom out for a little while, just until you get away from the windward line. Yeah, that is better, ladies. Such good learning. Clara and Elle are starting to figure out downwind. Theo's in first, Seven's in second. Clara and Elle are in third. I think she might want to jibe. Port tack looks like he's making the mark, and she's outside of him. I think she would just go dead straight. Right, especially with that cruising boat right there. Dead straight. Uh-oh. I think I just ran something over. Dead straight, pull the boom across, and then maybe wing it on the other side. Anyway, good racing going on. Yeah, possibly current going right to left. It might be a little lighter here. I'm looking at these boats and they're not moving, so I think Theo might hold him off. All of his team racing this summer. There's Hudson cheering him on if we're in that open skiff. Now what happens if it goes hard right here, which the flags do not show that. The flags are blowing straight at me, but if they showed a hard right, all of a sudden 24 gets back in the race. What attack. Yeah, this is a battle. His team racing team this year got 26-1 at the Team Racing Championship, Southern California Team Racing Championship for Sabbath. So he's got the covering down. Look at 24. 24 might win, just like I said. Elle was waving at the camera. Again, a little more hiking and a little less feathering, and they will just be gone. Now, if this was a finish line, you'd want to finish over there. If it was a start line, you'd want to start over here at this flag. Look how kind of perpendicular to the line they're going. Theo's doing the right thing. Theo's going to get her. Theo's going to get her because that ends further downwind. Yep, he got her. The thing we learned is I didn't really have the tide. I had it correct, but the reason why Dave didn't make the pin the last race because the current was still going out. It is just still switching right now at 2:30. He's going to go for the pin again. Oh, he should just trim the sails. He shouldn't turn down. Always stay upwind. Always stay upwind. Trim your sails and stay upwind. He might not make it again. He had to tack last time because he wasn't making it. It's like he's just gonna make it. Yep, that was better. He's being a little conservative because he's had some rough starts, and yet they've passed 10 to 15 boats every race. Nice, super good. Okay, let's see where 24 is. See if they got out of there again. 18 looks like he got out of there again. Right now, Theo's probably in second in the regatta at 18. He just needs to pinch. We talked about that. Sometimes he's just so light that you just need to, when you have a tight lane, just pinch there for a little while. Yep, he's holding his lane there. It was such a good job because he's feeding into just the biggest buff in 10 seconds. You're gonna see 18 is just gonna just get it here. 3, 2, 1, bam. He's just steering up and down a little too fast. We just talked about that. See how he does that? He gets a puff, he's right up. And then he gets the light spot, he's right down. You gotta do it slower. If anything, the down is a little quick, the up is not. Theo and Poppy are first. Easily first. They just got a good port tack angle. And definitely gonna round first. They're out here, right here. 18. Watch this. They're gonna get over here. They're gonna get a little righty. And they're gonna tack back. And they're even gonna be, look at 7. 7's already getting the header. Theo's feeding into the header, feeding into the header. He should be footing right now. He should see 11. He should be oh, he should have kept going a little further, dude. He panicked. He should have got to the right side of those guys before he tacked. Oh my God, 24. Are you kidding me? How did you do that? Late lefty. Overstood on the right. That should be good. While these guys are all sitting on each other's wind. Yeah, 24, just yellow numbers, just ripping across there. Okay, Theo and Poppy third. I think Trey's gonna win the day, I guess. They got one more race after this. This is one area we're working on here, understanding is how to get going fast right away after the windward march. It looks like port tack was a great move. Poppy and Theo already have a lane. Here's Dave in like 9th. He's decided not to go on the reach mode. Okay, good racing. Let them go. 24 is just the fastest boat today. Their sails have looked exactly the same. That's the first thing we talk about at every regatta. Get the twist right in the sails. Get the main sheet, jib sheet tension right. A lot of people obsess on roll tacking and roll jibing. And half these kids out here don't really know what the apparent wind is. You can't have people roll tacking if they don't understand kind of apparent wind. Oh my God, look at Clara now. Their sails are not changing. If the sails change, it's almost nothing. The best I ever coached at that was Hans Hankin. He did not change the sails upwind hardly at all until it got lighter. And you had to ease out and play the jib a little when it got really, really light. But, oh, the wind caved back down here. That's all right. Yeah, Hans would just, he and his crew would just work in synchronicity against the wind. And they barely changed the sails at all. Yeah, the wind shifted left here a little. These 4 boats are all in the top 4 every race because their sails are in the right place. And then they're just steering very carefully. Clara looking around. These guys just tacked right under a cruising boat. Here come the girls back the other way. It does not look like a righty coming. Oh, look at that header. Here they come. Oh, that's okay. We learned how to get ready for that bad air spot. We anticipate it. Race 5. Here's Dave. Could be in 2, 4, 5. Could be in 6. Could be in 6. It's a close. Is that their best race? Dave and Madeline. Santiago first. Trey second. Clara and Elle looks like they're going to get third here. I think for them, they just got to make sure the jib doesn't luff upwind. Sometimes they're sticking it and the jib would be luffing. Doesn't look like it now. It looks like they're perfect. Theo and Poppy going to get fourth. And end of race. It's been a beautiful day. I'm going to do one more video unless something special happens on my way towards the crane. Late in the day, you can often see a little left shift. The starting line was the same, so starting at the pin, Dave's got his eyes on it. If I was him, I would just go super high and slow right now. Just keep it in the bank. Yep, that's number 20. Those guys are really close to the line, and I don't see any of our. Oh, I do see 24 right at the boat. Oh boy, there is some tight stuff going on up there. Dave is late. He's got to get going here. Go, dude. There's Theo, 18. Theo's going to be killing it here. 24 was not over. Look at Theo just flying here on the lift. Nice. 16's gonna win the regatta no matter what. Theo could get second in the regatta. Probably is third. And he's just sitting there watching. He's looking back, steering good. If he gets any sort of lefty, he's gonna tack and cross here. Here's Dave steering very good, sitting forward. Oh, look at that. Bye-bye. He's got to come out of his tacks a little lower. They just nailed that shift. Now he should just be footing and hiking like crazy and try to gap as much as he can. He wants to create as much leverage as quick as possible. So if the wind shifts back right, he just rolls into it. Wow, he's winning easily. Yep, and Trey just missed the shift just by a little bit. He just took a little, he should have just spun it. As soon as Theo caved, he should have just spun it. And then matched angles with Theo, and he'd be out ahead to leeward. Closer than he is now. Theo's gonna round first. I think Clara and 24. God, they're fast. They're gonna round second. Here comes Theo around. The girls are gonna round second. It depends on where 10 is. 10 is a little back. Those girls just might get third, man. Those girls just might get third. Probably got fourth, but we'll see.